guys, it's your boy Lordy1701. Hey guys, listen to and welcome back to today's video on the channel. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the 1701 podcast. I've been dying to do one of these videos for a long time, but I had time to obviously do them. Also, by the way, quickly, before I bore you all, apologies for the intro. I know it was a bit poo, but I thought funny just do a bit of a different intro, that's all today for that. So yeah, hope you honestly enjoyed it though. But yeah, so for today's topics are quite big to talk about, obviously. So I'll get straight into it. Before I get into it though, quickly, there is no guest today. Reason being, first off, I thought it'd be better to obviously bring the podcast back with obviously no guest, just because reason being, I've not really had time to ask anyone for being a guest and stuff, so that's kind of a reason as well why I not really brought anyone back on today's podcast, sadly. But so before though, if you want to be a part of the podcast, so before, feel free. My DMs are always open on either Discord or Instagram, so go over there, give me a DM, and say before, we'll see what we can try and do and get some people on the podcast in the simple future. So topic number one, obviously, will be Liverpool today, and then it will follow up with Sancho going to United potentially. It's not obviously a done deal yet, but we're going to talk about it, and see if it will happen or not, and what my views are on it. And lastly, we will talk about WWE. Say for today's topics are a bit, not say all over the place, but a bit spread out, obviously, because I know most people on my channel like football and FIFA, and obviously people like WWE as well. So I thought it'd be quite nice, obviously, to do a bit of split down the middle between two of the biggest topics, or like what they call sports, really, on my channel. So I thought it'd be quite nice to do that today. So yeah, say for boys, like goal is 15 likes. Can we do it? Can the Lordy gang come in clutch as always and do it for the boys? Possibly, who knows? We'll have to see. But yeah, if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe also, and also hit the bell icon down below so you guys don't miss out on anything in the foreseeable future, such as like giveaways and stuff. And yeah, boys, let's get into it. So Liverpool FC, obviously, we did come top of the table this year. Well, I won't say luckily, but I'm happy we did. And obviously winning our first ever Premier League. So that's obviously a good thing. Obviously, I couldn't complain either way. But I want to talk about Liverpool in certain areas, such as the team and transfers. I think that could be good for us and be very beneficial to obviously go into the next season. And obviously get players out as well who I think should probably, I won't say time to go, but players I don't want to see there anymore for certain reasons. So obviously we'll start with a little season review. Obviously coming top of the table with 99 points is 34 phenomenal. Great overall performance from the boys. I know we've obviously lost a couple of games towards the end and stuff, and 34. Once we won the league, there was obviously nothing else to play for really, so it kind of one of those things. Obviously, we could have gone and broke the record for being over whatever it was, like 100 points, whatever like that. But didn't really need to. To be fair, obviously we had a good season. Obviously, won the league a bit early and stuff. But 34, it's been a pretty good season. 34, can't complain. Obviously, got the Champions League and obviously other stuff. But 34, our main priority this season was to win the league, and we achieved it. So, GG to the boys. Obviously, as well, we have sold Lovren as well to Zenit as well. By the way, just obviously let you guys know if you guys didn't know about it. I think about a week ago now, I think it's been. And to I'm happy to obviously see Lovren go. I know people will say, like, oh, why Lordy? Reason being, I wasn't really a big fan of him, to be fair, when he first came. I know he's obviously been there for quite a while, and obviously, he's been part of the first team for, for quite a bit. And he's alright, but as I said before, I don't really what's the word, have anything towards him, like hate-wise. I just don't really see him as a good player, that's all, to be fair, really. His ability's okay, but as I said before, I just don't really see him as a top player in defence, really. I know everyone was like at one point calling the buddy, what was it, best defender in the world for a meme and stuff, but so before, even that was a bit dead after a while, because it is Lovren, like, come on. But yeah, so before, hope obviously he does the best, obviously, in Russia now, with Zenit, and obviously that as well. Personally, though, with obviously going to the next season now, obviously 2022-2021 season, for me, with transfers, I know people in the chat have obviously been saying to me on my streams recently, like, oh, do you think we should get people in Lordy and stuff and all this lot? And I've just been saying, not too sure, but giving a bit of consideration and stuff, I think we do, but not to improve the first team, no. Not to improve, to say for the start 11 is good. Maybe like 1 or 2 could be changed, but apart from that, I wouldn't really change anything in our team. Maybe get a new centre back in to replace maybe Gomez, and maybe get another centre mid. That's a bit more, what's the word? I won't say quality, but just maybe like the backup centre mid if we need to. But you know, say for I wouldn't mind a Koulibaly in centre back. I wouldn't mind a Skorani or a Delit, something like that. To be fair, one of those like tall defenders that's pretty well known and so far can obviously do the job. The centre mids, I'm not too sure. I obviously know we've been linked to Thiago and stuff, and the deal's like so far we don't know much on it to be fair at the moment. But hopefully though that deal obviously does sail through to us, and obviously we do get Thiago. Say for he's like 25 to like 30 something mil, and it's a pretty say for he's played at Bayern Munich, and that's a not say for it's not a small club. It's a big club in Germany. So say for you can't really say for see it like a stepping stone. To be fair, that club obviously, but say for Thiago's say for he's a good player. Obviously, I would say he's a very well. What's the word? World class centre mid. I would say because I know he plays centre mid more than obviously Cam and stuff. But say for if we do get him though, it'd be a very big sign that for us, I think this season if we do get him. Luckily, fingers crossed. But as I said before, it just depends though. But I think personally for us though, I know we might not get much game time, but say for it's obviously just to strengthen our team. That's all, which we need to do. To be fair, if we want to keep winning the title and stuff, and obviously contesting for more trophies as usual. Because obviously I know we are most known for trophies, etc. like that. But I think for us, with our team and obviously our squad with depth, it's probably best for us just to improve our bench. Not not our main team, just improve our bench. Get the players out that aren't good enough or that are getting a bit too old, get them out and get some fresh players in completely. It's not like a rebuild, but it's just like it's one of those like switch in and switch out plays, if you know what I mean, or like one of those situations. So let's say, I don't know, Adrian could go and we bring in another goalkeeper. Even though we got Karius back now, still get rid of him as well. But obviously we got Kerry hurt as well. Obviously he's still quite young, but still, it's like one of those. Get rid of Adrian because he's a bit old, or just because he's shit. Not to swear, but say for it's true though he's shit. And get someone else in, or like just say for like people like Shaqiri as well might have to go as well because say for he doesn't have much game time. We barely play him. I know he's been injured as well and stuff, but I don't think he will be at the club either for that much longer either. So maybe get rid of him, get someone else in on the bench. Say for it's just those players that we just need to say for just get out and just improve it. Just before the team that we've got now is great, but it's just that bench is a bit like when you look at our first team to the bench, you're like, ooh. So it's like comparing City's bench to our bench. It is no comparison. We have people in our bench such as Adrian, Lovren, Shaqiri, and then City have like if they got Mahrez, Foden, for example, another good player. You know they got a very obviously better bench than us. You know, as the other people obviously in the league do as well. But as I say before, if you compare City to ours, it's no comparison. Obviously, it's still there as well, and obviously Jesus is obviously there as well sometimes and stuff. But like say before, if we get players like Jesus and Foden and Mahrez and she said before, like those really skillful and very world class players, then say before we will be up there as well. Obviously, we're up there now, but say before, my point is just improve the bench. Do not go improve the main team. Maybe like one or two I said before, but don't go all mad and just get a whole new, say for new team. So say for what's the point in doing that? You're just wasting money, which obviously we don't want to be doing. But I'm happy though. Obviously Lovren's gone now, but say for it's just to replace him. I know we've been linked with Mandy as well from Real Betis as well, which is not bad to be fair. It's all right, but whether that happens as well, I don't really know. It could do, it might do. Who knows? We'll have to see. Obviously, in the next couple of weeks. I think as well. I think his estimated value is like 10 million, so he's quite cheap as well, Mandy. I'm not too sure how old he is, though. He might be a bit old. I don't know much on him to be fair. So I can't really say much on Mandy's say for himself. To be fair, really, not his player. Cause not playing on my team. I might. It's in real life. Dear me. Also, I think as well, player wise, I think if I'm correct, Milner's staying for like another 2 seasons. Obviously, I don't want Milner to go, but say it for, I really hope he does eventually stay as well at some point. But say for, I feel bad for players on the bench though sometimes. Well, like we've obviously what's he called with Origi and Minamino. I know Minamino's not really had a good spell at Liverpool yet. Obviously, I would say he's still settling in, but has been like half a season or something. Cause I think we got him back in what was it, January, I think, I'm pretty sure. But so before, I do feel sorry for Origi, especially though, because before he is a very good player, and before he does need a bit more game time as well. But I think he will obviously still stay as well. But say for I just do, I don't know, I just feel bad for those players sometimes. So, but say for I think Klopp now needs to focus on our bench though if we want to keep winning the league, because say for our team doesn't really need to be changed unless people decide to say for want to leave themselves or just retire, which I'm pretty sure most of them, to be fair, aren't getting that old, to be fair, really, in the first team. I think they're like between like 20, I think they're like 24 to about 27, most of the team average, so it's alright, to be fair, age-wise, not that bad. But, you know, hopefully, though, fingers crossed, Klopp, say far, gets Thiago, gets Mandy maybe, and then maybe get one more player, and we might be okay for the season, fingers crossed. But I say far, I'd be quite scared of teams next season as well, such as Chelsea and obviously United if they get Sancho, which we'll get to in a second. And, you know, City as always, because obviously they're a big threat as usual to any club as well. Leicester if they do business as well. Spurs possibly could be a threat if they do business as well. Say far, I think next season will be a really, really hard season just based on players coming into different clubs, really. Not just us, but say for Chelsea, I think will be a one, especially to look out for. Obviously with Werner and obviously Ziyech and maybe Havertz as well, and also new goalkeeper such as Onana or Oblak, which I think before, if honestly if Chelsea get Oblak, I mean fair play to them, that is a massive deal. And say far maybe the best goalkeeper in the world. I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments, boys, if you think Oblak is. I don't know. I think he probably is, to be fair, at the moment in time. But still, I think next season will be an absolute just blast. But yeah, hopefully though, fingers crossed, we get some done deals done, and say it for not much to really say on that one, to be fair though. So next topic, boys, we're going to talk about Sancho, obviously, and the likelihood of him going to United. I think most fans of United obviously can relate to this quite well, and obviously do tend to keep looking at the transfer, like what's it called, like gossip and stuff, like quite frequently, to be fair, and rumours. So it's a big deal, Sancho, obviously. He's obviously been doing bits, you know, over in Germany and stuff, and, you know. But I've got a quote here now to look at. I think Manchester United are ready to, or want to, pay at least 70 million up front, plus an additional 30 million for Sancho, with his, I think, bonuses as well. But I say before, though, like, if Sancho does go to United, though, that is literally one of the biggest transfers, I would say, in football history. Reason being, Sancho's not just one of those players. He's still quite young still, and obviously, I wou'n't say he's hit his prime yet, but he's 34. It's one of those players that you look at and go, he has something about him. And he has, 34. Like, he's done so much stuff in, obviously, Dortmund so far. I know he's not won many trophies and stuff, but, like, 34, doesn't matter about trophies, or it's about the player in general. But say for it might be fair though. It might not have been goal because obviously, you know, I know Bellingham from Birmingham has left. Obviously left Birmingham now and obviously gone joined Dortmund for was it like 22 million? I'm pretty sure. I remember what was it? I think it was Eddie Rubber Sid said in the comments on my stream about Jude Bellingham being that the youngest 17-year-old. He's like say for what's it called, like the most expensive 17-year-old in the world, which is crazy to believe. That, to be fair, I didn't know that until he told me. But as they thought though, just imagine though, like what they could do with United with like for their team if they do get Sancho. Though, like imagine Martial at top, Rashford, Bruno and Sancho, and then obviously midfield would be probably likelihood of being McTominay and Fred, and then obviously defences as per usual with Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, and probably Williams and left back, and then obviously De Gea. But obviously speaking of De Gea as well. I think also as well United have been linked or are looking into a shock deal with Kasper Schmeichel, to be fair, to replace De Gea. I don't think personally though it would happen. It could do because obviously I know Schmeichel's dad, obviously Peter Schmeichel's obviously at the club, but say for it's a bit, if it does happen, it'll be a bit shocking to see him being replacing for De Gea though. But I don't know if United would be ready to replace him. I know a lot of fans of United wouldn't be happy obviously with De Gea maybe leaving. But some might do as well, I don't know. But I know he's not been obviously been too great this season. Obviously, I know he's been pretty poor. Obviously, with his performances and stuff. Which obviously, say for I don't think, for my opinion, for being a goalkeeper, I think for a keeper, it's not just down to how they play. Say for it's just based on confidence. To be fair, that's probably why he's been playing pretty bad. I know obviously 2018 World Cup probably been like the most talked about thing for De Gea. I was saying that was the point where it ruined De Gea and all this lot. It could have been, but so before, it's been 2 years since that though, and you can't keep going back to that excuse. I mean, you could do, but if you think about it though, I think as a keeper's point of view, confidence is the biggest one for a keeper. Obviously, when you have no confidence at all, ever, when you're playing in there, it's quite hard to, I would say, bounce back and get into form again. When you say for when you're having a bad mindset of just being in there and say for you can't really be bothered to be there. It's never nice because say for I've been there numerous times. It's never nice being say for in a game or whatever, and you say for you have a pretty bad game and say for it just leads on constantly, game after game, making mistakes constantly because say for that confidence is not there at all, and it's quite hard. But say for back to Sancho, don't say for that's a bit off topic that, but say for it's kind of truth to be fair though under here. But yeah, back to Sancho though. It is quite pricey though as well because it's a bit of a gamble. So before paying Sancho, I would say over 100 million easily. So I only paid what was it like 80 million for Maguire, and I wouldn't say it was worth it to be fair. Paying 80 mil for Maguire it doesn't seem right paying that much money to him. But I mean, say before watching Maguire as well, it's not one of those players as well that kind of I suppose adds up to how much he paid for him. I don't think he's shown as much as he could do, but. So maybe I'd say for it's a different player though, so it's honestly a different thing as well, position wise for him as well. So who knows whether Sancho will live up to United stakes of obviously the money they paid for him. But I think he will do well if he obviously does go to United. Obviously, probably get a couple of goals, couple of assists, and probably will cause a lot of problems for defenses in the BPL probably, or I should say Premier League. I shouldn't say BPL anymore because obviously that's not say for don't say anymore, did he really? So. Yeah, but I say for just thinking of it though, like they could spend that money on like just certain players as well, like not just like one player though, like just different players around that team, or even the bench to be fair, really. But say for if United want to go big, they can go big. Say for they are quite known to be fair to go for big players and quite big prices as well. So I mean, say for it's kind of United's reputation to fair to go for the big players and obviously try and rebuild their team, but. You know, also as well, I'm pretty sure people from obviously United as well, like United fans, I know have always been saying as well, just to bring it up as well, like they need to replace defenders and stuff for that defense as well. Which I mean, I wouldn't say the wing back should be replaced, but I would probably say improve the centre back. And I mean Lindelof. I mean Lindelof's okay, but I could say Maguire. But I think everyone will probably slate me in the comments to saying getting Maguire after one season. That's probably been a bit too biased. But to be fair though, thinking of it though, if they got like another defender in Maguire, such as like maybe like a Scrani or Dilly or I don't even know. Who else have been linked with? I'm pretty sure who's else been linked with now United. I think they've only been linked with what are they called? Linked with a couple of people, but I'm not too sure they've been linked with. To be fair, recently though, but like if they get like a couple of good players in United, like anything like that, just any world class defenders or say for even Sancho, they could be they could run right in the league possibly. Because they got the players there obviously now who are pretty decent in form and stuff. Especially Rashford as well. I think Rashford and Greenwood and Martial have been just excellent for United this season. Obviously not supporting, but you've got to give it to them. They've been doing quite well for United. If they weren't in that team, they would never have got top three. Personally, I would probably say they would have got at least 7th place if they didn't have them three playing. But yeah, thinking of it though, I think if Sancho does go, then fair play to Manchester United. They have got a massive one, definitely. Just thinking of it though, like out of all the teams, United going through, like he could go to PSG, he could go to Madrid, he could go to Barca, but no, it's Manchester United. Which obviously, it's not a bad club to go to, but like just imagine if it happens, like. From a Liverpool fans' point of view, I'd be shitting myself if that happens because so far I know how good Sancho actually is as well. So whether it happens or not, I don't know. But obviously the topic was obviously the likelihood of how it would, also the likelihood of what I think will happen and if it would happen or not. I would probably say at the moment in time, percentage wise, I would probably say it's about 80% done. I know. I think it was Liam who told me they've agreed personal, like what they call personal terms with Sancho. So I think it's just a deal now. Obviously, it just needs to be done. and then obviously Sancho's done. So I think I think this season he probably will leave. If not, it'll be next season. I think. Reason being, I think he might not leave as well. Is obviously the fact that Bellingham's gone as well. Because it's another player who's English as well over there at the same team. So obviously it might be a bit more what's the word? A bit more better for him. Obviously be able to talk to another English player and obviously work with another English player, obviously in the German league as well. So far, it's one of those we have to try and think about whether it will happen or not. And I think so far, I would say 80% of it's pretty much done for Sancho to go. But so far, paying that 70 million plus 30 million, if it does happen up front as well, would be crazy though for United to do that. But just imagine though, imagine how much money would spend on a bloody cam or or a winger. So far, it might be worth it. I don't know. Because I know Arsenal paid, what was it, like 70 million for Pepe, and look what happened to Pepe out of the first season. But say for he's been okay though, Pepe as well. But say for it's just paying that much money sometimes for like a big player doesn't always say for show up to its full potential. I remember when obviously United got Di Maria, and obviously Depay, they were absolute flops at United. Like they had some good games, obviously got some good goals, but like look, I thought what happened to them. They eventually did leave the club after like 1 or 2 seasons or 3. Like they were never that good. Say for only because the people around it was all obviously they were good in themselves, but say for I think it's just a play at that time that were really what was the word benefited them to be fair really, but say for who knows though, who knows. But yeah, that's probably gonna be it for Sancho on the talk of that. So getting to the last topic now, WWE. So I've been looking through obviously Twitter and obviously the internet as usual about just A4 WWE. So obviously I'm quite interested in WWE news to be fair recently, and something that's caught my eye has been that WWE have reportedly are planning a new draft to be happening at some point towards the end of the year. So I'd probably say after Survivor Series, maybe before, which will probably end up being like November, October time usually when they tend to first Survivor Series. So that could hopefully be happening soon as well. So for whether they bring in NXT call-ups again, they could do. Say for WWE now has obviously changed a lot. Like I would say it's changed a lot. As a massive fan of the company, because I don't really tend to watch Impact or AEW or anything like that. I just tend to watch WWE mainly and just focus on WWE because obviously it's my it's the thing that got me into wrestling when I first watched it. And like if they do a draft, would they do the thing they did last time, obviously with the wild card, when they would have people come on different brands to fight other people on different brands? It was alright, but it weren't the best still. So for if they want to do a draft, I would probably say do it properly, where you have for 2 GMs on the stage, one for SmackDown, one for Raw, and maybe even NXT. If people want to go back to NXT, they can do. So maybe even 3 if people want to say for. Because I know in the past people have gone back to NXT to obviously go and say for fat on that brand, such as like say for Fandango and Tyler Breeze, and obviously Charlotte Flair's a big one as well. That's obviously go back to NXT, and Finn Balor as well. Can't forget Finn Balor especially. But yeah, maybe even what's the word? Even introducing NXT into the draft if they do it. If they do it though, would be a good idea. It could be, it might not be, but who knows though? Whether or not they do it, it could be. But say for it's not confirmed yet though. So obviously, it's just said before, it is just rumours. So don't take it as a confirmed thing or anything like that. So take it like a pinch of salt, I would say really. But you know, whether it happens though. I would personally wouldn't mind seeing a draft to be fair really, because it's obviously quite nice to freshen up each roster from time to time. So obviously that is a good thing to obviously do. Also as well regarding WWE as well, SmackDown this week with obviously Bray Wyatt and obviously the whole Alexa Bliss thing has been rumoured to be a very good potential match, or what's the word, like potential storyline to obviously introduce Bliss into it. Because I know obviously Extreme Rules, if you guys didn't watch it, at the Swamp like match thing with Braun Strowman and Bray. Obviously, we found out Sister Abigail has been, I won't say confirmed, but for some reason it was Alexa Bliss, which kind of made sense. If obviously linking with Braun Strowman's obsession and stuff back in the old days and stuff. Obviously when they were mixed tag team partners and stuff, and obviously that whole build around them. So it was quite a nice little thing to obviously see as well. It was quite cool as well to obviously see Bray Wyatt and obviously Alexa Bliss in the same thing. But obviously it weren't obviously Bray Wyatt. It was the Fiend as well. Cause so the Fiend did return. But say for back to that though, rumours though have been confirmed. Well, I won't say confirmed, but are being speculated that maybe we could see some return of superstars, such as Eric Rowan's a big one as well. That's been rumoured to come back to obviously be a part of the storyline. And also someone else in the Wyatt family, which is obviously Bo Dallas as well, because obviously he is related to what's he called, Bray Wyatt as well. So maybe Bo Dallas could be a part of the story. I don't know how they would fit him into the storyline, because obviously I know he's not been in a feud with him. I don't think for a long, long time. I don't think with Bray Wyatt, but say for what would he even do though with Bo Dallas? So if did he bring Bo Dallas back into the like mix of WWE? I know he's obviously still under contract with him, but I don't know what they would do with him. No, in the Wyatt thing, like with the Fiend, maybe like be part of the I don't know, like the Firefly Funhouse group thing. Because I know what is it? I know Mercer. This what's it called? That pig thing could be something maybe, or I don't know. Say if I'm trying to think what they could really do to be fair, but whether they introduce Eric Rowan back in and obviously do that whole Eat Your Worlds thing with the Wyatt family with him and Braun Strowman. Could be a thing. Obviously, maybe Bo Dallas could be the next part of it to replace Luke Harper. So obviously, we know Luke Harper's come to AEW now as Brody Lee. But thinking of it though, I think Eric Rowan would sound more likely to come back when they obviously if they are trying to like build a big feud around obviously people linking to the Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman feud. I think you have to obviously introduce Eric Rowan, especially if you are doing something down that route, possibly. As like I don't know which side it would be on though. I think probably it might be on Bray Wyatt's side with the Fiend, but depends if they do decide to do the Fiend now this time. But I'm pretty sure they will do a Fiend versus Braun Strowman match. I'm pretty sure, and if that does happen, I think probably Braun Strowman will lose this time eventually, and obviously Bray Wyatt will come victorious. Or I should say the Fiend will come victorious on it. But I don't know. It's just it's one of those things that you just have to try and think about. That if they do decide to bring someone back, what would they do? What they bring them back for? Though reason wise, what would they even do? Like I wouldn't mind seeing it happen, but who knows? Also, as well, boys, quickly just to announce as well. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella had a new baby, by the way. I think it was a baby boy. I'm pretty sure they had as well, which is kind of mad. Which I didn't expect at all. And obviously Nikki Bella has also announced the birth of a baby boy as well, which is kind of crazy to be fair, seeing both Bella twins being pregnant and obviously having babies at the same time, which is kind of mad. So far, I wasn't expecting it at all. But who knows though? Also, but as well, quickly, if you guys didn't know about Roman Reigns, he is coming back to WWE. It has been confirmed. He will make his first appearance though, not on Raw or SmackDown. It'll be on R-Truth's game show, which is this Tuesday. I'm pretty sure from the network's tweet. I think they put out. But though, I think obviously Roman Reigns has been gone for like God knows how long now, since obviously WrestleMania really. Obviously with the whole whole breakout of COVID happened and stuff. And obviously, I don't say he refused to fight Goldberg, but obviously he pulled the match card. That's probably the best word to probably describe it. But still, like it's been like just a long, long, long time since you've seen Roman Reigns. And to be fair, I don't even mind him as a wrestler. I know people don't like him and stuff, but I don't personally mind Roman Reigns. I really don't. I really don't mind him at all. He's alright, but I know he's not everyone's favourite, I suppose, wrestler. But who knows though. Just depends on what they do when he comes back though. Will they have like a new gimmick though? Possibly. Will he not? Who knows? It depends on what WWE do though. But I would personally wouldn't mind seeing him have a new gimmick. To be fair, maybe, but I don't know what they would do gimmick wise for Reigns if he does come back eventually though. But hopefully that is the start of him seeing Roman Reigns coming back to WWE, obviously being part of R-Truth's game show. Also, Big E is obviously getting a singles push as well, obviously beating The Miz on SmackDown this week as well. I think Big E could be a really good superstar to push, I think, to be fair, as a singles competitor. He's built like a brick. I think he'll make a difference, though, to obviously the whole singles division, especially. Maybe try and capture the IC belt, maybe on SmackDown, I don't know. Or eventually go for the World Heavyweight Championship, I don't know, but we'll have to see what happens, though. But say for Big E's like say for he's a good wrestler. I know he beat Dolph Ziggler back in the old days, like 2012. Something like that. I know it was quite a long time ago when he beat him for the IC Championship, and obviously became the NXT title as well before he debuted in the main roster. But say for I would not mind seeing him at all. Say for as champion, Big E as a singles competitor. Also, as well, boys, quickly, another little bit of a thing to just throw in there. A WWE fan, by the way, paid $400, yeah, to ask Alexa Bliss out on was it Cameo? I think it was Cameo. But obviously he got rejected though, the poor guy. But I think the guy was called Antonio. But yeah, I say for who the hell would pay $400, yeah, on Cameo to get rejected by someone who's obviously been in a relationship or is in talks or speaking with someone as well in real life. Like I said before, like it's kind of crazy though to just even think about that. To be fair, spending $400 on a cameo for like I don't know, like a 10-second video clip from a celebrity to say no or whatever it were. Well, to be fair, no. She didn't say no, but she just went. I couldn't even think about it, but I've got the actual quote now. What she said.
Antonio, first I just wanted to say thank you so much for your message. It was so sweet of you to write me. I'm extremely flattered with your request, but unfortunately I am seeing someone, but I know that there's someone out there for you. I know it's a little hard right now with everything going on with COVID and having to stay inside, so I hope you are staying inside, staying healthy.
See, for it's a good response to be fair though from Alexa Bliss, but like, I mean, I would never pay $400 though to even if like I don't know, like Undertaker or like something like that or anyone. Say for just to like ask a question if that's standard. Obviously as well, I don't mean obviously to ask Undertaker to ask him out. I'm not that stupid, but like say for I wouldn't pay that much money though just to ask like a person that much. Just say for just to do it. It's OCD as the Undertaker, obviously liking him. It's a wrestler. Say for my favorite wrestler, but I would never say for pay a diva or anyone like that just that much money just to say for. I wouldn't. Well, no, I would do, but I wouldn't ask a question like that because obviously it's kind of bait fair. Obviously saying that. So say for, I would never think if I was like a celebrity like that. I would never date a fan, personally. Say for it'd probably be weird though seeing a fan dating you. Say for like a celebrity is like a idol, someone. Say for it might be. I don't know, but I just don't think it would be a good thing to do. To fair earlier though, but who knows? Also as well, boys. People also, I don't know if you heard, but obviously Rusev has also been banned, by the way, on Twitch recently as well, which I didn't actually know until a couple of days ago. I think reason being was because of Lana wearing a bikini, I think, on one of his streams, and I think it went down in the guidelines as nudity. So, yeah, poor Rusev though, so I think he's permanently banned, I think, now on Twitch, which is quite sad, because I know he said he has retired from... what's it called, wrestling now, which he might have done, who knows, he might just be saying that just to say for have a bit of a break and then come back, but I don't know, maybe Rusev might come back, maybe go to AEW, but he has said in the past though he's going to be a full-time streamer now on Twitch and stuff, and all YouTube and all that social media nonsense and stuff, but still, like, I was quite shocked though that actually didn't, say for go anywhere further, but I say far. I don't think it was that bad though. Obviously, what happened though, obviously with Lana wearing a bikini on the stream, but the fact that he's been banned though is a bit sad though, because obviously I know he's not obviously been doing much since obviously leaving WWE when he got released, but still, hopefully those things get better and obviously maybe try and get himself unbanned. But I don't think you can get unbanned from Twitch, so it's quite hard to get unbanned. I'm pretty sure from Twitch because they're quite strict to be fair recently. I think on the guidelines and stuff like that. So, what was it called? Got banned and not been unbanned since. Big Dr. Disrespect, I remember that one. But yeah, say for boys, that will probably be it of today's podcast video. Hope you enjoy it. Say for there obviously are more in the playlist, which I will link or put like somewhere on this video to go watch some more podcast videos. But yeah, say for hope you all obviously enjoyed it. Obviously as well as the start of the video, I did say if you want to be a part of the podcast for next episode, you know what to do, boys. Give me a cheeky DM. Or any sort of like message from anything to obviously get in touch with me, so you can obviously become a part of the podcast. But yeah, say for boys, if you enjoyed it, say for like goal today's 15 likes. Can we do it? Can the Lord again come into clutch and get the 15 big likes that your boy wants? Maybe, who knows? I don't know. but we'll have to see though. But yeah, make sure to also as well, boys, before subscribe to obviously join the Lordy gang, and obviously make sure to hit the icon down below. And yeah, boys, I will catch you all in the next video, and peace.